You've been wanting to create content. You've been wanting to get a new job. You've been wanting to quit your job. You've been wanting to get a new boyfriend. But every time you turn around, you start feeling self-doubt, like you're not making the right decision. You start feeling all this imposter syndrome, baby. It is time to live in our purpose and start doing the things that we were designed to do and the things that make us happy.
My mind seemed to take a step out, get some air now, let your edge out, to some ice.
Welcome back, Whisper Sisters. Today, we are talking about overcoming self-doubt. We are in our winter arc. We have less than a month and a half before the new year. Don't wait till the new year to start doing what you need to do to better yourself. Now is the time. Self-doubt is eating you alive, baby girl. And it is time to let that go. Like, what are we doing? Don't you want to succeed? Don't you want to be purposeful? Don't you want to be popping that ass on a yacht? Now is the time to live in your truth. I'm going to break down some of the top tips that is needed in order to overcome self-doubt and live the life that you have been dreaming about living, doing the things that you've been dreaming about doing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button. Share this with your friend. Share this with somebody you know is suffering from self-doubt so that they can get help, the help that they need, or at least start to process a different type of thinking. Step 1, acknowledging your self-doubt and your negative inner critic. What is she saying to you? Because that girl's a liar. She's a liar. She's not telling you the truth. Listen to what you hear in your brain and understand that sometimes the negative things that you're hearing are not even you. And you don't even realize that because you're not taking enough time to listen to what the words are actually saying. What voice are you hearing it in? Where have you heard these things before? I'm sure it was external before it was internal. Take the time to write down what you've heard yourself saying to yourself and analyze where is it coming from. Analyze how many times you've heard that externally, meaning heard other people say this to you before you started saying to yourself. Even start thinking about, when did I first start thinking this? Is this really my thought process? Do I really believe this about myself, or do I believe other people believe this about myself? Once you get to the core of why you're thinking the way you're thinking, it becomes easier to navigate whether it's you or whether it's outside people telling you these things, because then it's a matter of, do I need to come correct with myself, or do I need to come correct with other people and cut these people off out of my life? A part of my journey of overcoming self-doubt was I had to really sit down with myself and think, hey, is this me talking to myself? Because my inner critic sounds like a person in the room with me. It sounds like I'm having a conversation with myself in my brain. But I had to think about, where are these things coming from? What I did was I sat down, I got a journal, and I started writing out the things that I was telling myself in my mind over and over and over again. How many times I was saying it a day? How many times I was thinking it in a week? What was triggering me to think that in the first place? Like, what great idea did I have, or what great thing did I expect over my life that then caused a negative reaction to negative internal reaction to come in and say, girl, you can't do that. Why are you thinking that you can do that? You absolutely cannot. Let it go. So I had to really critically think and analyze my brain to fill out where these self-doubt things were coming from. The majority of the self-doubt that I had and still have is not even me. It's not even me. It's nothing that I told myself. It's all these external factors that are trying to rewire my brain into believing that I can't do the things that I want to do, that I can't move forward in the way that I want to move forward. And that's just not true. Step 2, challenge your negative thoughts. Baby, don't just have the thought and then be like, okay, you win. That's right, I can't do it. Absolutely not. When you start telling yourself internally in your brain that you can't do it, say, why am I thinking that? 1, why am I thinking that? And 2, reframe it. Okay, maybe I can't do it today. Maybe I'm not going to get all of this done today, but I'm going to get it done. Challenge yourself. When's the last time you completed something that was successful? You got that job, you got that degree, you got that man, you learned your makeup, you cleaned the house. When's the last time you accomplished a goal? Think about the last time, and I don't care if the last time you met a goal was in 1989, since you met it. It was done, it was completed by you, and you need to always draw on that power from 1989 to move forward in 2025. Think about the times that you did succeed. Think about the times that you were right about yourself and that you leaned into yourself and believed yourself. Don't just take the negative critical thinking that's happening in your brain and believe that it's law, because it's not. Like I said at the beginning, all of that stuff that you're thinking in your mind is external. Half of that, more than half of that, is not even you. So think about that before you succumb to that negative thinking. You have to challenge your thoughts. Switch it up, flip it. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to learn my makeup, but I did learn how to ride my bike when I was 6. So that means I do have learning skills. I do know how to learn something. You see where I'm going with this? Reframe, challenge those thoughts, and then reframe them. Don't just say, all right, hands up, I give up. No, you're never gonna accomplish anything that way. The same way you be challenging that man, the same way you be challenging them friends, challenge yourself. 3, start practicing self-compassion. Baby, why are you talking to yourself so crazy like that? You would never talk to your man like that, your friends like that, your children like that, your coworkers like that. You would not ever talk to anybody like that. So why are you talking to yourself like that? Why are you calling yourself fat? Why are you calling yourself stupid? Why are you calling yourself ugly? Do you hear how crazy that sounds? Do you hear how crazy that sounds? Start talking to yourself with some love, some compassion. Show yourself the love that you show everybody else. You deserve love and grace as well. Here's the thing, you cannot hate yourself into a good situation. That's never going to be possible because the motive behind it is not good enough. You have to love yourself enough to want better for yourself. Hating yourself, when you're hating yourself, you're telling yourself, I need to change, but I can't. I need to change, but I can't. I need to change, but I can't. In different variations. You can't hate yourself into a better position. But when you love yourself into a better position, you say, I'm doing this because I love myself. I'm doing this because we do deserve better. I'm doing this because I'm a badass bitch, and I'm just going to prove to everybody that I'm a badass bitch. I'm just solidifying what I already know. That's how you should be talking to yourself. You should be telling yourself kind words. You should be doing affirmations. You should be looking yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, and telling yourself how much you love yourself every single day. When I started this journey, because the journey is never ending. When I started this journey, a part of my practice was journaling, like I mentioned before. And when I journaled, I came up with a nickname for myself. I would call myself some kind of lovey-dovey name every time I wrote in my journal. Hey, beautiful. Hey, sexy. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, kitty. All of the things that I thought were cute and compassionate, I would address myself in that way. It just made it so much easier to reshape my brain to actually believe it. The more I called myself gorgeous, the more I called myself beautiful, the more I called myself good names, the more I felt like that. The more I feel like that, because like I said, it's a work in progress. You're not going to just wake up one day and be like, I'm beautiful and I believe that wholeheartedly. I'm successful and I believe that wholeheartedly. You have to address yourself in the way you want to be in the future. You have to live your life now how you want it to be in the future. Show up as the girl that has already got her shit together. Show up as the girl that is already self-confident. Show up as the girl that already eats healthy and only eats small portions and stops drinking coffee and then she doesn't drink, or whatever your goal is. Start showing up as that person and that person will become you. You're already that person. If you can train your brain to love yourself and have self-compassion and to believe that you're already that girl, you are already that girl. It's going to become so much easier to you. Stop talking to yourself crazy. Show yourself some love. Show yourself some respect. Okay? Number 4, set goals and set realistic goals. You cannot do anything in this life without planning. Everything takes some sort of planning. It takes some sort of planning to get a job. It takes some sort of planning to do content creation. It takes some sort of planning to learn a hobby or a skill. You have to set those goals up. What is it that you want to achieve? Write down what it is that you want to achieve. Then break down what time frame am I giving myself to achieve this? Now, if this is hobby-based or education-based or weight loss-based, this is where a little bit of research comes in. Don't say you want to lose 10 pounds by tonight. I gotta lose this 10 pounds by tomorrow. Like, no, that's just not how this works. Google, research how long it typically takes somebody to reach said goal or to get said education or whatever it is, and then create that process in your brain. Once you have a goal and an accurate time frame, you break down steps. You break down that goal into steps. Step 1, this month I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all of these things in this month to achieve my goal at the end of 3 months. Month 2, I'm going to do this. Month 3, I'm going to do this. And at the end of month 3, I'm at my goal. Make it realistic. Give it a time frame. Research it. And then proceed. Make your goals. You cannot have a plan without a goal. You don't want a man without a plan? How you going to be a woman without a plan? That don't make no sense, baby. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. You can't just be hoping, wishing, praying, and hoping that it's going to fall into your lap, because it's not. You have to work for it. The same way you had to work for that job, the same way you had to work for that degree, you have to work for self goals. It's just how it goes, baby. You got to work this out. You got to write this down. Number 5, focus on your strengths. Now, earlier I mentioned you cannot hate yourself into a better position. So when you are trying to hate yourself into a better position, you're constantly focusing on the negative. That is not going to help you. When you are trying to move forward in your life, you need to focus on what you're good at. What are you good at? You're good at something. Somebody's always complimenting you about at least one thing. You're just not paying attention to it. I remember for me, I thought that I didn't have any talent. I thought that I was talentless. I can't draw. I can't dance. I can't juggle. I can't do any of that. And then I realized my strength or my talent is talking shit. I'm good at that. I'm good at talking trash. I'm good at motivating people. I'm good at supporting people. I'm a good friend. I'm a good girlfriend. I'm a good mom. I have compassion. Those are my strengths. Those strengths turned into my hobbies. And now here we are sitting in front of this camera talking to you. Find what you're good at. Find what people are constantly telling you that's good about yourself. I would be hard pressed to believe that you have never gotten one single compliment in your life. If somebody is constantly commenting and telling you how beautiful your eyebrows is, maybe you're supposed to be an eyebrow artist. Maybe you're supposed to get on the YouTube and show people how to do their brows constantly. Do different artworks. Somebody's always complimenting you on your artwork. That's your strength. Focus on your strength. Are you resilient? Are you happy? What is it about you that is strong? Do not focus on the negative parts of you. And yes, the negative parts of you also need TLC if you're trying to change, right? But you have to draw from the strengths that you already have to work on your weaknesses. The weaknesses are not the ones that's going to build you up. The strength is going to come down to help you build up the weaknesses. You get what I'm saying? One of the ways that you can figure out what your strengths are is by making a list, thinking about the compliments that you've gotten, thinking about what you like about yourself, and writing it down. Writing it down and figuring those things out in your journal. See, baby, you need to get a journal. Let's start there. You need to get a journal. Ain't nothing gonna happen without no journal. I can't live my life without a journal. I go sometimes and I write every single day for stretches, and sometimes I don't write anything at all, but I got one. And when I'm ready to dump my thoughts, I dump them. So get a journal and write down what you think is good about yourself, what you've noticed that you're really good at. It could be anything. It could be, baby, if you're good at having sex, write that down. Write that down. Write that down. You're not just good at having sex. You're good at being compassionate. You are good at meeting people's needs. You feel what I'm saying? You got the way you doctor up a resume, you got to doctor up how you think and talk about yourself. I mentioned affirmations earlier. This is also the perfect time to use affirmations. I'm resilient. I'm trustworthy. I'm sexy. I'm a bad bitch. Every time you repeat something good about yourself, your brain is forced to believe it. In the same way, every time you say something negative about yourself, Your brain is forced to believe it. Your brain don't know it's you talking to you. Your brain thinks it's outside forces talking to you. And it could be outside forces talking to you. Your brain can't decipher that you don't actually believe that. Your brain has no choice but to believe what you believe. So do affirmations and talk to yourself in a positive way. Figure out what it is that you're good at and put those into affirmations. I'm a bad bitch at twerking. I'm a bad bitch at fucking. Whatever it is, put it in an affirmation. Did you know you have free will? You can do whatever you want. You can think whatever you want. You can be whoever you want, and you can achieve whatever you want. The moment you start thinking about, oh snap, I really do got free will. I really can move out of the state and do something different. I really can quit my job and find another one. The moment you realize that you have free will is the moment your life starts changing. When I realized I had free will and I didn't have to stay at that job I didn't like, I didn't have to stay in that marriage that wasn't beneficial, baby, things have been looking up. Now, like I said, this is all a work in process. Everything is not just going to fall into your lap. You have to work for these things. You have to think about these things. You need to talk about these things. You have to write out these things. But it's all worth it. What I want you to do right now is I want you to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that notification button, because we are coming back with a part 2, baby. We are coming back with a part 2. I'll see you soon.